Hey, Tobias, I don't need to tell you how dominant you were tonight, but how good did it feel to start the series the way that you did, especially on the offensive end?
Oh, I felt good. I think, just being able to go out there and find find a good balance of being aggressive and still doing whatever I can to make the right plays out there, winning plays, and just to really get in a good rhythm. So, it was a good game for myself. Obviously, we had time off since the end of the season, and then to be able to come out today and just gather our rhythm out there. I think tonight we got a real taste of how focused we need to be night in, night out of every playoff game that we play. And I think that was good for our whole group to really experience that as well.
Thank you, Tobias. Congrats.
Hey, Pompey.
So, Tobias, how you doing?
What's up, Keith?
So, you talked about focus and balance, but it seems like in the first half, especially with Joel out with the foul trouble, did you look at yourself like, I really got to step up?
Honestly, when he went down, I looked at it kind of like, how we're looking at the whole year when Joel went down with injury. What I needed to do for our team to win games at that point. He goes out with with 3 fouls, and it was just the same mentality of, all right, we got to get this thing rolling, and the opportunities were there for me to be aggressive and get to my spots and get the shots that I wanted to get. And at the same time, I thought like as a team, we didn't make as many shots as we wanted to, especially early on in the first half. But the biggest thing is we had enough, mental focus to really come out in the second half and defend and try to get as many stops as we could and let that fuel our offense. And we found a good rhythm. So we know that's the blueprint to our success. And game 2, we got to bring even more of that.
And that's what I was going to talk to you about, game 2 and the other ones. Do you look at this series as going to be a dogfight? Because no matter what y'all were doing, they kept coming back.
Yeah. I think, if yesterday I was watching all the NBA games, and I was kind of surprised. I said, man, all these games are really close. It wasn't like a real big spread in any of them. And I think this whole playoff series, game in and game out, you're going to see dogfights from, all around the league. Washington, they've been one of the hottest teams after the All-Star break in the whole NBA. So for us, we know the power that they have and the guys that can make shots on the team. So that just adds to our focus as a group and knowing how locked in we need to be for this whole series, and that's only going to help us into where we're trying to go.
Thank you, T.
Yep.
Hi, Carlin.
Hey, what's going on, Tobias? All season long, you've been really efficient on the offensive end, and I know you felt like you should have been like an all-star, back in February and everything. Are games like this kind of like a I told you so type of game for you?
And not really. I think that for me, that I know who I am. I know my game. I know my ability. Maybe that has been criticized in the past with different situations and whatnot. But I know one thing that I bring to this team night in and night out, and that's somebody that is going to play to win. And that's why I just hang my hat on every single night. And I think that that gives me clarity to go on these games and to have the focus to do whatever's necessary for the team to win. And I know the people who watch, people who see, my teammates, they respect that, they understand that. And, you have nights like this and you get in those type of rhythms with the work that's put in. I would say like the past 2 to 3 months I've been preparing for this type of moment, preparing myself. And, just telling the team as well, it's like, this is the nitty gritty. This is the playoffs. Like, I've been there, only X amount of times in my career, but I've taken from each playoff experience something that I want to bring. And for us as a group, is really to stay in it mentally through the highs and lows of the game, and to really be locked in on the play that's happening right now. So that's just the message that I continue to tell the team, and I think that's going to just help us for where we're trying to go.
Thanks, T.
Yep.
David Murphy.
Tobias, I don't know how much you remember about the season opener 6 months ago, but I was wondering if you could kind of comment on how much you've grown in this offense since that night, and kind of what this night shows about your role.
Yeah, it's funny that you bring that up because I was looking at, when we knew we were playing Washington, looking at old highlights of when we played Washington, first game of the year. And I remember going home from the game, and I didn't have my best shooting night. But I said to myself, I said, in this offense, obviously a brand new group, pretty much brand new coaching staff. I said, I'm going to get the looks that I need to get night in, night out. And I just be patient. Tonight I missed them. It's not the end of the world, so can't really focus what everyone else has to say. I know who I was at that time, and I knew that if I continue to get those shots over and over again, I was going to make most of them. And I think, to fast forward to where we're at now, it's just being able to have those same type of looks and be great at them. And now I know my spots. I know where I'm going to get. I know the guys around me where they like to play, and we built that type of chemistry. So I think it's a really good balance from our first game to where we're at now, and just the evolution of playing in this type of system and with the role that I have.
So were you more encouraged than frustrated? Were you half frustrated, half encouraged? What was your mindset that night?
Well, we had won, so I was always good. But at the end of the day, I just said to myself, I said, look, we won the game. I had a bunch of looks that I know I can make. I'm encouraged by that. I'm encouraged, and the next game, I'll continue to just get those looks and continue to build all that type of confidence and then to grow off that. So it was always a growing process, and that's how I looked at it. And I kind of look at all the games like that as well.
Thanks, man.
All right, last two for Tobias. We'll go Dan Gelston.
Hey, Tobias. Just now you mentioned, the past 2 or 3 months you've been preparing for this. Have you done anything different? Have you changed the way you prepare? I mean, obviously you said, you're always trying to win, and that's your mentality, but is there anything you were doing differently to keep yourself ready to go for moments like this in the playoffs?
I got my 2 sparring partners, Paul Reed and Rajon Tucker. So those are my 2 sparring partners, and we just work before and after practice on, one-on-ones really in those type of situations, and being able to go up against them with they're both guys that like to get physical, and those have been my sparring guys that I've been working with, and we have a lot of fun. We talk a lot of junk when we're playing those type of games, but that's really where I've been trying to get better at in those areas, and on the low block in the post and versus smaller guys. So that was just one of the things that I've been doing during that time.
All right, last question. We're going to go Austin Crow.
Hey, Tobias. Early in the game with the 3-guard lineups, it kind of seemed like you guys were sort of hedging everything in the middle. What kind of goes into that decision to hedge everything in the middle like that, even if it's a guy like, Raul Neto as a ball handler?
Just to show them some size and length out there. I think that's the biggest thing. We know that, they got quick dynamic guards that can get downhill and can also make threes. So being able to get out to the shooters and get back. We showed a lot of different defensive schemes tonight. Some were good, some they just made a lot of shots, but I thought overall we got to be better on that end. We won the game, and we'll take any playoff win, but it's all about progression as well.